Hi, it's Professor Fote with another short JTools unit. This one is on Google Analytics, how to analyze the traffic that comes into a website. And we're going to use NCC News as our case example. Google Analytics is a free service that will analyze any website. And I've picked the time period of the spring semester of 2015. Most students started publishing about 2 or 3 weeks into the semester and finished within about a week of the end of the semester. So all these analytics are from February 1st to April 19th of 2015. And you'll see here at the top that the analytics gives you a timeline of the postings. So there could have been a lot of interesting stories early in February that netted a lot of our traffic, and again late in March. A small factor also could be that a number of students at the beginning of the semester are going to check out the website or at the end of the semester. You'll also see these terms: sessions, users, page views. So let's make sure we understand what those are. Over at the right, if you had to guess, what is the number of persons who've come at least once to a website? Which of the three terms on the left is that? Well, if you guessed unique user, that would be correct. Number of persons who've come at least once are considered a unique user. However, if you come once on a BDJ lab computer and then you come again on your laptop at home, Google Analytics doesn't really know that's still you, so it would count you twice. So unique users might be a little bit of an inflated number. Another term, a user engaging with the website until he or she leaves or is inactive for 30 minutes. Which of the two on the left is that? If you guessed session, or some people are still calling that a visit, that would be correct. So when you go to a website, no matter how long you stay there in one particular time, that's your session. And then finally, the total number of individual pages on the website that's viewed for whatever time period you're looking at is the page view. So let's go back and look at the Google Analytics for NCC News Online for that spring semester. And you'll see that there were nearly 3,600 times that people came for a session. And of those, it's interesting, 78%, as it shows in the pie chart on the right, were new sessions, new people coming in. And that might be because we're getting a lot of new users by search engines, or because some of you are first-time users, or your parents or grandparents are coming for the first time to see the stories that you've written. The unique users, the different people, would be closer to 3,000 than the sessions, because again, remember, a session is each time you would go. So we have about 2,900, 3,000 unique users. Looking at that page again, there's also how many pages per session on average did a user come in and use. And so people are coming in and looking at 2 pages, perhaps the main page, and then clicking through to one of your stories or your story and video. Totaling up all the pages viewed in this short semester period, it's nearly 7,600, which is a lot. The average user stays on the site about 2 minutes, so is probably looking at video and or reading stories. Also, if we want to look at the bounce rate, that means a person came in and didn't click any other place, just on the landing page. That's fairly normal, about 68%. So people are coming specifically to see what's on the front page or directly to a story to read a page. Where do people come from? This is a heat map that shows the darker the color, the more traffic, and obviously most of the traffic has come from people in the United States. But notice all the other blue around the world here. And we have users from Canada, India, the United Kingdom, and Taiwan. The 6th most frequent place is something that isn't set, so Google Analytics couldn't tell where that user was coming from. And then Australia, Germany, Brazil, and Finland are our top 10. You might be interested in how long they stay on the website. A lot of people come in for just a few seconds. That might be because they've come on a search engine and this is not the story or the place they wanted to be. But it could also be a number of BDJ students who, having published their web story, quickly go to the website to make sure it all looks fine, and probably do that in less than 10 seconds. I think the key things here to look at are how many people are there for at least a minute, so they're going to read something. And from 1 to 3 minutes, we have about 255 people. And then the next category is 3 to 10 minutes. So together you see that nearly 500 people are spending more than a minute and as much as 10 minutes on the website. And then there's another 200 or so who are staying much longer. Notice also at the bottom I've put the navigation. If you go on Google Analytics for your own website and want to figure out these same pages, the navigation for this page was to look through audience and then behavior and then engagement. How do users come to NCC News online? You might be interested in what browsers they're using. Chrome is the most used, then Safari on a desktop, and you'll see number 5 is Safari, probably on a tablet or a mobile phone. What service providers do most of our users use? No surprise, Syracuse University domain comes in often, and the number 1 is via Time Warner. I thought number 7 here was kind of interesting, that there seems to be some traffic from the U.S. House of Representatives. Where do users come from? That is, where were they online before they came to NCC News? And Google gives 4 different classifications. Most of the people came from what's called organic search, and that just means a search engine. And because 60% of our traffic is from search engines, that's all the more reason that you want to put in your headline key words that someone would be searching on. That will pull more traffic to us. Others came direct, and that means they typed in the address, NCC News Online, or they had that site bookmarked and clicked on it and came directly to us. Other people, about 13%, will come from an email or from a website. And most commonly, those websites are NCC News links or the Newhouse website. And finally, people come from social media, about 8%, and the most common in order are Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You might be interested in what devices people are using. Most of our entry comes from desktop. That could be because a lot of you are working in the labs. Then secondly, mobile, and then tablets. Although for most websites, they're finding mobile is now more than 50%. So that's our quick JTools on Google Analytics. I hope you've learned 2 things, a little bit more about analytics and what can be known about traffic on a website, and then secondly, more about the audience for NCC News that will help you as you write your stories for NCC News Online.